shortly-ish. Do you guys see the pick target chat message from about 18 hours ago? The eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I did see that.
I didn't realize it put in a chat message. There's a little pick random target button built into my interface. And for me, it just like pings the token. I didn't see that it throws the eeny, meeny, miny, mo in there. That's kind of funny.
I like that the one roll I did happen to be a crit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is cute.
All right. Gotta... I switched both my GM view and my camera view over to Chrome. So there's like, you're gonna hear me about 20 times today go like, oh shit, forgot to change this one setting. So I hit play on the music and it was playing on both my screens.
Oh, whoops. Oh, my cat is so happy I'm home. Poor thing, he's been alone all day.
Oh. My dog is so grumpy that I'm home and not paying attention to him. I worked a double on Monday, and I bought like some pretty nice treats, pretty expensive treats, and like left them on the kitchen table. And I was like, "Hey guys, hey roommates, I'm gonna be gone super long today. Joe might be extra grumpy. If you could like throw him some of these treats." And then I came home and they were all still sitting on the table. It's like, they're usually very good about it.
That's unfortunate.
Sounds like you need better roommates, Ferris.
I mean, it's possible that your son just behaves way better around other people when you're not there.
That is, in fact, kind of a true thing.
It's proof of that you raised a good son. Or so that's what my mom would say.
When I'm here, he's very guard doggy and obviously just wants to play with me all the time as well. Hello, Konnor.
Hello.
So how are we all?
Sorry,
How we all doing?
Feeling good.
Excellent.
I'm tired.
I work, Sarah.
Yeah, work Sarah's back. Summer Sarah's back in her cage. She'll be out in 10 months.
We're gonna flip. We're gonna move past each other. I'm gonna stop working in 100 degrees, 105 degrees every day. I'm gonna have so much more energy. Winter Bears is coming.
Winter Bears is coming.
Konnor and Bill, did you happen to watch the 2 hours?
Yeah, how did the VOD go?
Oh no, I completely forgot to do that.
I sure did.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely genuinely did. I remember things very vaguely.
Okay.
I'm sorry. There has been several days this week that I've worked more than like 10 hours.
I know how that goes.
My brain is fried. I did watch it and listen. Promise.
Okay.
What was the big thing you remember?
Someone tell me when I left and I might be able to.
You left halfway through.
You
No, I mean like what just happened?
I believe you guys left pretty quick after the fight. And maybe we
Yeah.
like started to
Fight ended, and we were going into the last dream.
Yeah.
I remember some stuff about thinking that maybe Denala was working with the Seraph, unless I completely mistook or misheard. Or something about the Seraph getting to... Huh?
Not Denala, but it was that steno that appeared in Explicita's memories. They were a cleric of the Seraph.
Okay.
And then there was something really big at the end involving Armis.
Oh, Armis. Isn't Armis the... I don't know if soul is the right word.
Yeah.
Of Explicita?
Yeah.
That is correct.
See, I promise, I watched.
And then one more big thing right at the end, right at the very end.
Yeah, one more really, really big thing right at the end.
Was it... Can you give me the hint of who it had to do with?
Hints involving the Seraph?
Turris fell down the stairs.
Turris fell down the stairs.
I need to laugh a little.
Is that a keyword or like hidden word that somebody pushed him down the stairs?
He just lost his balance for reasons.
Oh, I mean, I vaguely remember this, like the thing happening where like Turris hears the Seraph's voice.
That's the one. That's the one.
I don't remember what the big thing was that came from that.
Well, I'm sure we'll get to it shortly. Let's see. I gotta do one more thing.
I don't think that's pretty bad. I think I got some of the big bullet points with a little help.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes, you did.
Connor did a recap under gunpoint. Hooray.
Just a recap under gunpoint with cue card.
The only way he ever does it.
Yeah, I felt like I was like recording one of those like hostage videos.
I like
You were.
You were.
You were.
Like how Connor was more in trouble than Bill, who just didn't watch it.
It's because I said I would watch it.
That's
and-
correct.
Connor said he would watch it. That's why.
Which I did. I did watch it.
You watched.
Right.
You think I guessed Explicita? Like off the top of my head?
She's only been basically the entire center point for like the last 3 sessions.
I know, but I feel like people didn't prompt me about
Yeah.
Armis being the soul of someone.
Yeah. Yeah. On the flip side of things, I suspect I figured Connor might have slightly more investment on Explicita Defilus's whole deal than Bill or Turkon. Let's see. Who would like... Oh, I thought about... I heard someone's house rule for hero... Well, not hero points, but like... So we've been giving the critical success instant aid reaction for the recaps. I heard a house rule from someone else about like giving someone a second reroll on a check where like a hero point was already used. And the instant aid is probably technically more powerful, but another consideration for a potential reward for recaps, I suppose, if people have thoughts or preferences. So percolate on that. Who would like to give the recap for currently a instant crit success aid?
Let's see. I used one last time, so I only have one. So I gotta stock back up so I can give it.
Sounds good.
We started last session with combat. We were in one of Explicita's dreams, the one where she was confronting Denala about the old gods being sealed away. She was under influence by this steno named Staya, who later, kind of as we're moving through Explicita's memories, we're finding that Staya was a cleric of the Seraph and was kind of sewing and manipulating Explicita to do what she did. We ended up helping her confront her anger and rage, and she led us into another memory, this one of Fontersan's, where all of the Naga came together to meet with their guardian, Keldris, and they were discussing the four arriving to the world, all the tensions running high, talking about how they need to kind of maintain their hold of the ley lines and the nexuses. Otherwise, they risk being ousted by the four. So they talked about how they can kind of maintain their footing and maintain that power while being faced with the four and their power. There was a lot of discussion about duty in that conversation, duty to something bigger than kind of their personal ties to the world, duty to the land specifically. And we were then shown a conversation between Explicita and Fontersan, where she asked Explicita to watch over him when she cannot, and that's what led us into discovering Artemis was made manifest by like a piece of Explicita's soul, her sense of duty, if I'm not mistaken. We had a bit of a discussion after everything came to light. Turris and Steris were talking about how perhaps Explicita in this form, through this dagger or through Artemis, could be used in some way to help us in our fight against the Seraph. And that got interrupted by Isha snapping the Jade Dagger and releasing Explicita's soul. Isha ended up repairing the dagger pretty quickly and then departed. And now that floor being cleared, Turris's tower now has like a dream council room that allows individuals possessing a specific stone to attend a dream council, which is really sick. And then Turris tried to pet the Fey cat and got bitten. And at the very, very end of session, we heard the voice of the Seraph, essentially saying that he inherited the power of Arcanus, or inherited his path, and said that Arcanus would join him, and that once the four join with the Seraph, they will walk the most glorious path together. And then to Turris specifically, the Seraph said, and I'll be seeing you soon. And then we all leveled up.
Didn't he say that last time?
Maybe.
Maybe he means
Correctly.
it this time. Maybe he means for realsies this time.
Yeah. He did see.
And Turris fell down the stairs.
Yeah. Yes, correct. Thank you very much. Go ahead and add 1 to your height.
Will do. I'm now 2x's tall.
Wonderful. Does anyone have any comments, additions, corrections, etc.? Very well. Well, I don't have an action-packed hot start to throw you guys into, so allow me to recap a bit of this. We rejoin the monsters. They had just witnessed the intertwining story of Fontrason and Explicita Defilis. The dutiful drow general, Harmona, met a steno speaker named Staya, who bent Harmona's earnest desire to defend the world into a tool of the void. That in the end, which is to say Turris's beginning, a fading Fontrason asked a lingering Harmona to defend her new child, to guide them in the coming trials. She realized, too late, the curse that lingered on Harmona's soul, the obsession that Staya stoked to a burning rage. In a panic, instead of letting that rage sink into the new defender that had been created, she called on her power as guardian, as arbiter of the cycle of living souls, and broke that soul in two. She unbound the dutiful steward to become Armis, and regretfully left the rage-filled betrayer, the greater whole of Explicita Defilis, trapped in the Jade Fang dagger, anger and venom festering. In the present, Harmona was offered a chance to join a new fight, tempted by the familiar ringing of duty, as Turris tried to get her to join the coalition. She hesitated. Isha, seeing the hesitation, temporarily broke the Jade Fang, forcing Harmona's soul toward judgment, perhaps simply letting it rest. The monsters didn't have long to ruminate on the question, nor Explicita's story. No sooner than they descended did the proclamation ring out from the Shrine of Arcanus, the sheer psychic and divine force knocking Turris to tumble down the stairs from the garden. The Seraph had at last claimed one leyline nexus, becoming one with the power Arcanus had funneled from the world for so long. He promised the followers of Arcanus that he would light the way back to the path of the midday sun. And then his echoing, booming voice became a whisper focused solely on Turris, with a promise. They would meet again soon. Turris, you come to. Your ears are ringing. Your avatar is still cold. Steris is helping you to your feet. You hear Steris say, "Inherited Arcanus' power? What does that mean?" Then you hear yourself say, almost far off, "I know not, Steris, but we must find out." You kind of glance to your right, the hallway down to the shrine catching your eye, and a fresh wave of dizziness hits you.
I'll kind of like try to steady myself, but then I feel myself tipping towards Steris and kind of like try to point out towards the statue at the same time. Whoa.
The stairs will grip you firmly by your shoulders, steadying you, and turn to look where you pointed.
Yeah, you see the hallway down toward the Shrine of Arcanus, the little courtyard where you fought Laruk some time ago. Now just a totally closed in and repaired hallway, of course. You don't notice anything particularly strange about the hallway. The whole party is still pretty close here, by the way. You were all kind of coming down the stairs. Perhaps some of you retreated quicker than others, but you're probably still all near enough to kind of... you definitely hear Seraph talking. The echoing sound of that proclamation he made. And probably are still on it, like either in this room, this landing at the bottom of the stairs, or like on the balcony that leads outside and out to the yard. You can all be present if you wish.
Are we doing Theater of the Mind, or is there actually a map we're supposed to be on?
I don't have a map here, but so Theater of the Mind at the moment.
I'll tug along.
I think it's all of us but Isha.
But yeah, Steris, you don't notice anything odd about the hallway.
Okay. I'll instead turn my attention back, like, to Turris, trying to get him steady on his feet and to the landing. I think we need to try to contact Visicia as soon as possible. Maybe she knows.
That would be prudent, yes. He's like gritting his teeth. The palm of his hand is like against his temple right now. And kind of pushes himself towards the hallway.
Yeah, you start down that hallway. You enter the relatively small Shrine to Arcanus. Nothing in particular looks changed here at first. I think you see that, actually, I think the most obvious thing, the kind of geometric shape that was floating above the altar in the shrine, if you recall, that has cracked in half and dropped to the altar.
Well, that isn't foreboding at all.
Other than that, the room is as you left it.
What's this? Sav's managed to overtake connection of Arcanus. Now it seems he can speak through these. And emotions towards the statue, the altar.
Could you use your ley line glasses to see if anything's changed?
Give me a moment for my head to stop spinning.
I can use them.
You'll pass them over.
And there's a look with the glasses on.
Okay. they've always been most useful for looking around like the local area. I think you look down, and there's you can kind of see beneath you kind of the vortex shape of the Tower Eingrad, kind of like funneling some of the ley line energy up from the ley line below. And I think you can see the thing you see is that down below, it's almost like there is like there was a fire that is now subsided. Like there's the ley line itself, and then there's little like flickering flames, kind of like spread out beneath, burning on some unseen object, still flickering, still kind of flashing with that strange mix of like liquid and electricity and fire.
Stars will take the glasses off and hand them back to Horace. Like I can't say that I have looked through those very often, but it does seem like something about the flow of the energy down there changed. I know my sister warned me that he knew of a nexus. I fear that's what's happened. He's claimed it.
Cad. He'll take the glasses back, and if his head stops spinning enough, he'll take a look himself.
Yeah, you see the same thing, like a great fire has subsided and turned into like dozens of little fires deep beneath the tower. Like there's been rain and there's scattered puddles. Instead of the kind of like tight river of fire that it usually is. And it is returning to that. But it's like you're looking at the aftermath of something.
I need to accelerate my research on the ley line nexuses.
I'll assist you, but we need to contact, or at least try to contact Physicea. I can't remember if you have sending or not. Is it just Isha?
No, I was thinking about adding it now that I have a billion more spell slots.
Dude.
I was going through for starting level 1, trying to add in these things. A little sending.
Higher than I always expect.
Or I could take Goblin Pox instead.
I can see how that would be useful.
It is not a terribly easy spell just to be like, yeah, I think I'll just add this casually. It does come at quite a cost.
It is it's a level 5 spell. I'm surprised that it's 3 traditions, though.
Everything except for Primal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of story, I won't add it right now because I probably will try to math out if I want to keep my level 5 spells or not. But I might before next time. I just didn't get a chance to get through these.
No problem.
So Turris will be like, we need to find Isha.
She couldn't have gotten far.
Where are you, you old lady?
You have no clue. I have 8 spells that can move me more than 240 feet at a time.
All right, man. If only I hadn't forgiven you.
Hey, that would have been the perfect.
I know. Well, okay, if she's in the tower, you could sense her. So do your
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
guys.
Yeah. Is Isha still in the tower?
Yeah, I haven't actually like teleported. I'm still in the tower.
Okay. That will lead us to Isha.
Where do they find you?
I imagine that there is like a part of the main floor that sort of like was a storage room, but Isha has like sort of taken it over as like her room.
Excellent.
We will knock.
Oh, I don't think there's a door.
Simultaneously. Oh, there's not a door. Okay.
That's alarming.
Then we'll just knock on the wall.
Isha, we need to contact Vestitia immediately.
You couldn't have chosen a better time.
A time like the present.
She ignored my last call.
Perhaps she was not ignoring it. Perhaps she was in turmoil.
Surely you heard the Seraph's message just now. We think he succeeded in claiming a nexus.
Forgive me, but it was inevitable that it would happen. We cannot be everywhere.
It's true, but we can at least try to coordinate support. Or at least know that our ally is okay.
And I'm the only one who has any way of seeing them?
Okay. We can try other methods first. And Stairs will motion for the rest of the party to leave Isha's area. And she'll turn to Turris as she's walking. Well, if he's following. Say, I can try to at least get eyes on her with the crystal ball I have. But it won't let me speak with her.
That's better than nothing, I suppose.
I just need a few minutes. And I will find a quiet spot to settle in and use this.
All right. Let's see. Very well. Let me see. Okay. So you start to set up the crystal ball. You start to
Mm.
gaze into it, channeling energy for the scrying spell.
Mm.
You have trouble for a moment, kind of like getting a clear image. You get a flash of some kind of familiar looking woods, vaguely familiar. A flash of like a mountain, a library with like overturned bookshelves. And then this kind of feeling like you are hitting like a wall, like a place that does not want you to see inside. And then there's suddenly like an almost pulling sensation, like the vision that you're seeing in the orb gets pulled through that barrier, and you see for just a moment like the eyes of Isicia just like directly staring back at you, and then they kind of flutter and like close, and her face drops. You realize suddenly that she is in Naga form, and as her head kind of drops, her hair kind of like falls forward to obscure her face, and you see that she is in kind of she's in a dark place, physically, literally dark, and you can just barely see kind of a glimpse off in the corner, blurry through the limits of the scrying spell. Some of those knocked over bookshelves, books, scrolls, tumbled about a dusty floor. Kind of a large shape under one of these bookshelves, not moving. Visicia herself is like almost coiled into a knot inside of this almost like spherical runic cage and just suspended in the air, no longer conscious.
Stersel, I'm out of that. And turn to Paris, who I assume is still with me. She's unconscious in a cage, like a magical one, in some kind of library.
What? I have to go help her.
I don't know if that's possible.
It has
We're on
to be
the way to
possible.
Eden.
What was that?
We're on our way to Eden.
Eden can
I
wait
don't
for all I
even-
care.
I don't even know where she is. Not exactly.
Did you see anything at all? Anything around her?
It looked like the library was a mess, and I couldn't tell what it was, but some large form, perhaps an enemy of some kind under a bookshelf. Like it had been knocked over. They weren't moving.
There was someone else with her.
Not conscious. And I couldn't tell if it was ally or enemy. She is
Versus-
alive.
But for how long? You need to find her, Stairs.
The nexus that the Seraph knew about was the one that was under my temple. Perhaps there. But that's in a completely different direction than where we're headed. And I don't know how time sensitive this thing Isha has and Eden is. And she doesn't seem to be very okay right now. Not enough where I think approaching her would yield any results.
Approaching Isha or
Approaching Isha. Perhaps we can use what we have available to try to pinpoint the location. But I don't think recharting our course when we don't know for sure that's where she is will be a good use of our time.
You're right. We need to be sure where she is. But if we find that out, we need to go there.
If we find that out. I'm not well versed in that kind of magic.
Neither am I, but we'll make it happen. We have to.
Hmm. Who do we have in the tower that could help us? Well, Crystal does a lot. Would Crystal know? Does Crystal just magically have GPS tracking on everybody? That'd be really convenient.
Well, there's one thing I can do there's one thing we can ask Crystal of.
Uh-huh.
Come. And we'll switch the door over to the Ark store and go through.
Yeah.
All right.
I will follow after.
You step back into the crystal room of the Arks. Welcome back.
Thank you, Crystal. We need your help.
Very well. I will aid however I can.
During the battle in the air, one of our allies left, one known as Vestitia. How far were you able to sense her when she left?
I remember the one you speak of. She moved at a significant portion of the speed of light. Difficult to track very far. She seemed to head eastward, toward the mountains. Back the way we had come.
Can we get like a mind map here?
Yeah, he will, he'll overlay a little, bring up a, kind of a topographical map of Temel here, and gives kind of like a cone of the possible direction toward the east.
Is Steris's temple that direction at all, or is that like totally somewhere else?
Not remotely that direction.
Not remotely.
It is nearly, well, it's a little east, but it's much, much, much more south.
Well, it doesn't seem likely he went to your temple, or she went to your temple.
That is both fortunate and unfortunate. Okay.
It's not to say though that not to say that Seraph isn't there though, of course. Not impossible that Vestitia has been held somewhere else and Seraph took that and then his head kind of tilts down. Took that temple. So basically, in the cone, I'm going to look for any points of interest that we've visited, that we know, that would maybe have a library of any sort of report. And I will also ask Crystal to list any installations that are in that kind of cone too, that it knows of.
Right. Yes. So things in that cone. It expands to cover a lot of the kind of coastline of Lanova, the southern coastline of Lanova. Technically, the observatory would be within the cone. The places you visited in Tamliok. A couple of the churches and stuff that you guys checked out are within that cone. Technically, since we're asking about landmarks, this set of ruins that you guys were very interested in is within that cone.
The ones that we never visited, but we thought that the Seraph might be after?
Correct. The ones you desperately wanted to... Yes.
Yeah, the ones that we were desperately curious about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her in the arc ground.
yeah, buddy.
The cone barely entirely misses Songale. I guess that's probably not true if I'm saying it hits the... it's close. Whatever.
I mean, it's a start, but we can't justify changing course to
Why
reel
not?
out all of these.
How can we be so sure Eden is that important in the first place? When somebody we know's life is on the line, a powerful ally. What if it was one of your sisters? There's.
And trust me, I understand that drive, but I also know that it can make us irrational and overlook what we're asking to give up. Isha made some kind of promise, something she doesn't do lightly. We're setting aside this time to go there for a reason. And I want to clarify if it can be put off, but you saw her. Do you think right now she'd be receptive to answering that kind of question?
Yeah. Crystal, how close are we to Eden?
We have just entered what Temple considers international waters. There are about 5 days left on the journey.
5 days? And I just wipes his face.
I apologize.
We don't even know what we're...
No, it's not you.
Crystal, the ETA is not your fault.
Crystal's a millennial, confirmed.
Property policy says I have to stop for every railroad crossing.
Oh, God. Not in international water.
Oh. I don't...
Damn water trains.
Didn't have them where I came from.
I can use my crystal ball one more time. But I don't know that would really help. I'd need like a very strategic second person to try to triangulate. And I don't know. The only person I know is Vasicia. No one, none of y'all, Turkon, seeing you guys don't have a random, I can locate a person, item, or spell, or something.
The only thing I have that can target a person anywhere in the world is a nightmare. And I don't think we want to give her that.
Okay. And then at the tower,
I don't think I have anything.
We have, I mean, what's Mortan gonna do? Give her a nightmare. Turkon can do that.
So we can give her 2 nightmares. Got it.
2 nightmares. That'll really help.
If it's 2 nightmares, does that cancel each other out and become a good dream? And we
Yeah.
can get her to communicate with us?
Really good dream.
I think it just becomes Inception, where you're 2 bad dreams deep.
I hate that.
Oh, and it lasts even longer. Ooh,
Yeah. You pop out a 1
Yeah.
and you fall out of bed, only to realize you're still in a bad dream.
Scary Terry.
Because Acilia's in Temel.
How does the dream council thing work that we have unlocked now in the tower?
They gotta have a rock. You haven't passed out the rocks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you hand...
The rocks.
Need the special dream rock. It's not gonna work.
Right.
It's really unfortunate. Maybe Anha can give us a riddle? That's all I could think of.
Turris loves those.
It's when he's in distress, a riddle is just what he needs.
Yeah.
He's gonna love that. All
right, who are we trying to track down again?
Vasicia, Turris's mom.
Yeah.
Is Vasicia a strong source of magic? Can Laruk smell her like a bloodhound?
Oh.
You know? I'm gonna say Laruk could make survival checks to like catch her scent and track her down. It would be a very manual process, potentially very useful once you got to the local area of wherever she is. Not a globally helpful ability.
And then you can give him a rock, and then we can talk to him through it before he leaves. Okay, we can try it. We have a. Well, the spell makes them go, like lulls them to sleep. You don't have to wait till nighttime.
Yes, it will draw them into sleep.
Yeah. So we can get a riddle. We can try to set the Bahir on her scent. But first we gotta narrow down where we're looking.
Scene would ask to Veshtov, you know if any of your devil friends would know where Curse's mom is? What's her name again?
Vestitia
Persophius.
I knew that. Scene didn't. Yeah. I don't know if this works, but she doesn't strike me as someone who would make a deal with a devil, but who knows? Maybe she's friends with some.
You catch anyone on a bad enough day.
I've never had dealings with her personally. I don't know any acquaintances who have either. You're
All right. Well, go ahead.
Just kind of thinking. It's like, heard lots of songs about witches and diviners and strange old women in the woods, helping folks find things. There must be some kind of spell or ritual that could get you on the right track.
Chris, do you know of any witches or weird old ladies in the surrounding forest?
If we dropped Isha off the side of the ox, I would know one. Have we, in terms of like we've had like people like exploring around like the region around the tower? Have we had reports of anyone like that in the tower's vicinity?
Just weirdos.
Like
notable odd people.
Notable odd people, I guess.
No witches. There is known to be another some amateurs wizard tower squirreled away into the ethereal plane off to the west of Tower Einkrad.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the snail pavilion inn, road inn, the road what do you call it? Whatever, roadside inn, run by a devil and a fae.
Oh.
So that may qualify as sufficiently odd. And then it's a bunch of giants. Your neighbors are a bunch of giants and a bunch of catfolk. Notably, the catfolk that live near you are kind of highwaymen.
I can fix them. Hold
Not,
on, I gotta write
you know.
that down. Convert the local highwayman cat.
Like their line is, oh, give us a little highway tax and we'll make sure you get where you're going safely. It's not safe in these hills. So it's like it's closer to a protection racket, I suppose. But
That's still extortion.
for sure.
Okay, that's going to be a very small bullet point of a very small thing Winter's wants to do. Find those guys as the leader. Squeeze them. Honestly, just from the idea of a fae and a fiend running an inn together is just wild in general. Or a devil, I should say, not a fiend.
It is where it's where
The
a lot
story
of
is the story of them getting together is much more boring than you could possibly imagine.
No, that's a shame.
that is where too many names in my head. That's where the supplies from like expeditions landing in other places, that's where the supplies are being dropped off, and then you guys are relaying them from the inn to the tower.
Okay, so they're kind of our homies in the first place.
Yes, they are aware of your general existence, and you technically have a business arrangement with them. Through I cannot believe I'm forgetting his name. Your disguised drow smuggler.
Ipahu?
Yes.
Ipahu.
Yes.
What's per hour? Okay. I will try. I have this feat. Lets me cast
Ooh.
augury. I'd like to cast augury on the course of action of us going to the ruins near Songgale. This will take me 10 minutes.
Yeah, also augury is not the one that you want.
No?
It will take you more than 30 minutes to get there.
Spell can predict results up to 30 minutes into the future, yeah.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
That's like hypothetically, if we were able to get there in 30 minutes, you could predict it.
Correct.
But that does, yeah,
And
we would still have to.
And if the consequences of doing that and ignoring your other paths extend past 30 minutes, it would not help.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you divert and go there, you might have good results in the next 30 minutes, but then the next 2 days might have terrible results.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, it just doesn't encapsulate enough time. For the record, I would let you use that spell to aid a greater thing, but that spell won't give you an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Give you a sufficient answer on its own.
Yeah. Understandable. Okay.
Well, you know what?
I know of one other person who might be able to help us, but it would involve removing her from stasis.
Oh, Steris, no.
I mean, she's close enough to everything that she might be our best option, but it is a risk. I'm aware. We can start with Anha's riddle and see if Larouk can maybe he could catch a scent. I don't know. And I think if we give Isha a little time, maybe I can try talking to her later. The way things went, something got to her. And I think she needs some space.
Why do you suppose
Is there
that?
anything- Didn't you hear what she said before she left? She said that she was pushed far beyond what she was expecting. And I don't know, she didn't get that beat up in the fight. It was a dream fight. Made me think that something she saw. I don't know, maybe it brought up a bad memory.
Maybe.
Is there anything Vicitia did that I could consider a slight against me? I don't think so. Upsetting my friend? That needs to be punished.
She abandoned tourists.
She abandoned Turris and that wronged me by extension.
No one deserves to be a homeless child.
And this is coming from a homeless child.
True.
Dude.
Dean would know. No one knows, but the song scene knows best is actually it's Hard Knock Life.
He's a big theater kid. Or was a big theater kid.
Oh. Okay. Maybe there is an incredibly useful spell scroll in the library that we haven't stumbled across already. I can go talk to Anha. Perhaps one of you can dig around in the library, and Taurus, you can go fill Larook in on our idea.
We have some time before we need Larook. I think I'll be heading to the library for now.
Okay. Seeing you're good with riddles, come with me. I don't know if you're good with riddles. I'm just assuming because you write music.
Tina's just gonna nod and go along with it.
Great. And as we're walking, I strike up a conversation with you, Seeing. Seeing as all these ideas are flowing and some of them are a bit more ridiculous than others, I want to throw one more your way. You remember when you played that Void song and nearly corrupted Isha?
Oh my god, were you thinking I should try to corrupt Isha again and that might make
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not what I'm thinking.
Okay. Me neither. I didn't have that idea.
Great. No, I was thinking, what if you could do the opposite? What if there's like an anti-Void song? What if you play it like backwards or I don't know.
I've been thinking the same thing.
Great. Have you been working on it? Because just like how playing the Void song seemed to like imbue or corrupt with void energy. I'm hoping something opposite might remove it.
Yeah, I've been trying to mess around with it here and there, and I've also thought about if incorporating some of the opposite elements into the song that I played when reversing Isha's potential death, but haven't tried it on anything, so I don't have any evidence if it does anything, but we could sure try.
Yeah. Just move it up on your priority list. Well, maybe not so much anymore, but as of right now, we'll have some downtime as we're traveling to Eden. Keep practicing. Let me know when you think it's ready to test.
Ian will give 2 thumbs up and nod. Definitely will.
And yeah, we'll seek out Anha, who should be in the tower.
Yeah. Easy enough to find him.
Great.
I think he is in the kitchen making things just incredibly difficult. Just like going between the dishes being made and like, oh, this, and like eating some of the ingredients. So
You know what? Maybe I should have heard scene out. Sorry. Steris will flag Anha down and be like, I have something more entertaining than whatever it is you're doing.
I'd love to hear what it is.
Let's leave the kitchen.
It's been a little while since I was entertained. And he will
I'm sure
grab...
Naria will be getting you out of there.
Yeah, Naria is like actively chopping like an apple, and he takes the unchopped half and just grabs it and leaves the kitchen. And she like starts to point the knife at him, but seeing that he is leaving, just grabs another one and starts chopping with a grumble. Loud, pointed. And you guide him away. As you're leaving, as you're leaving the kitchen, he just like kind of like tosses the apple between his hands. Hooves kind of clacking on the stone floor. Says, "So, what service can I be? How can I be entertained?"
Well, you don't happen to have the ability to locate somebody on a global scale, do you?
Are they hidden?
Oh, relatively speaking, we don't know where they are, so hidden to us for sure.
Perhaps.
Hey.
More helpful if they are hidden. Paradoxical. Although I cannot promise that it will not be. Somehow, people like your friend Turris are... They get the most annoyed at my most helpful bits of brain teasing.
Well, Scene and I are open to the brain teasing if it helps us find who we're looking for. It's Vasicia.
As you say that, he's like tossing the apple up in the air as the words are like leaving your mouth, and then his eyes kind of like roll back and his hands drop to his sides, and the apple just like falls and clunks on the ground, and he says, I'm probably gonna have to edit this later. Turn it into
No, I literally have the note that says to give you notice. I'm not giving you notice.
But he says, visited once, seen twice. Family traveled cold as ice. And then kind of shakes his head, comes out of it, looks down at the apple on the ground, and picks it up, polishes it off a little. There was something in there. Fast as lightning? I need to think on it.
Great. We can check in with you again later.
It would be wonderful. I will meditate on it. Try to catch all of the kind of like waves around in the air around him, like looking at things that aren't there. All the stray threads that I couldn't catch the first time.
I appreciate it.
He gives a very low bow. Looks back toward the kitchen and then shrugs and heads outside, eating his apple.
Not Stairs will turn to Scene. Not immediately helpful, but perhaps those loose threads will clear it up.
Yeah, I'm not exactly. I mean, is the fast of lightning talking about how fast she moves? And
Oh, that's my guess. That feels obvious.
yeah.
Do you think tourists would prefer to be left alone, or we probably shouldn't leave him alone, actually?
He might want to hear what we heard, but it's not super immediately helpful, so. But who knows? Maybe
he doesn't like the riddles so much.
Yeah.
We should present it to him in its entirety.
I think you're right.
Meanwhile, Turkon's been following tourists around being the annoying brother.
Oh, bless Turkon. Don't let him out of your sight.
So we're up in the library. Turris enters. Turkon follows, ducking his horns under the relatively smaller door of the library.
Turris is going to look for any books on for rituals for scrying for an individual.
Gotcha.
Like locate them.
To locate. Yes. So you find a couple of references to like kind of things that are closer to ritual than spell, kind of some like folk magic solutions for like dowsing for missing items, that kind of thing. Go ahead and let's see. Roll whatever you would like to search for this book. This information.
I suppose I'll be aiding as well.
Excellent. How would you like to aid? It doesn't have to be specifically like pulling books and looking through them, but it can be.
I guess I will just try to use my religious knowledge to narrow things down.
Very well. Go ahead and roll a religion check for me, and we'll see.
Oh, well, I guess that's just pulling books off at random and putting them back in the wrong place.
With this result, you were trying your best to help, but unfortunately, you're just if you're not actively making it harder, you are actively distracting tourists. But despite that, tourists, you do find a reference to kind of a basic ritual for locating an object using a dangled well, actually I will let you tell me how it looks, but you find a ritual for locating an object. It will need to not need to. It is not inherently good for finding a person.
Okay. My follow-up question then is there anything that Vestitia was wearing or carrying that I can target? That she had on her?
Give me is a little bit retroactive, but just a perception check to see what you have noticed in the past.
If I had time to play it out, this is basically what would happen. Like, Turkon and Turris are in the library. Like, he's like at a desk for the most part, and like books are just coming and going. And sometimes he just like pulls one out of his sleeve or like inside because he's like, oh wait, no, that one. Then Turkon's in the back, like, maybe this one, and he puts it back wrong, and the book like flies out of the shelf and goes back to the right place. And then he finds this ritual and is like, wait a second. And then would they be able to go up back to the garden floor and like recall one of the images of Vestitia so I can have like a full on like, this is what she looks like, this is what she's been known to carry, and then kind of like cross-check that with like what the last time I actually saw her and be like, yeah, she was definitely wearing that necklace or that like armband or this sword or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so you head back up to the garden level, and you conjure up these kind of images of Vestitia. I think first you conjure up her in her humanoid form. Tons of items. She's got this like pretty sick, high quality like traveling cloak, tons of trinkets, potions, like a kind of a like a I'm forgetting the name. Like a not quite a rapier at her side, like an arming sword of some sort. lots of items on the humanoid form. And then you kind of pull up an image of the Naga form. And of course, all of those items get tucked away into a little pocket dimension when she transforms, as is typical of transformation magic.
That's what I was worried about. Is she wearing anything still then? Like, does she have any like gold teeth or anything like that?
Let's see.
You can't tell me she's buck naked.
Go ahead and roll me that perception check now.
All right. Secret?
Yeah.
And Turcon aid with this since we're both like visually referencing.
Yeah, I don't even think it has to be an aid here. Well, it can be if you want. Turcon, you can help with this. You can roll your own perception check, whatever you would like.
Yeah, or that.
I will do a perception check as well. They changed the roll visibility like things.
Yeah, imagine there's a lot of little changes to the sheets.
Is it blind to game master or private to game master?
Blind game master. Private game master means you can still see the roll, which is
Okay.
not typically what we want. Well.
Oh,
Let's
Sweet.
go.
So, Turris conjures up this image of Visitia in Naga form, and you're looking at it, Turcon, and you're like, there's detail missing. She is in fact usually wearing it would be cuter if it was something related to Fontrason, but I fear it is just, in this day and age, a religious symbol of some sort to Arcanus.
Oh, look at that.
So, Turris, you kind of see the image shift as Turcon remembers this, and see this image. You now see a necklace around her neck, an amulet that shows a road, not winding exactly, but a path leading up and into a blazing sun.
Oh. Okay. And then I'll give Turcon a couple hearty smacks to his shoulder, which I assume is just a normal amount of pressure for him. Turcon, you're a genius.
Just snorts and grunts at the same time.
Wonderful. So I imagine you guys are coming back downstairs with this freshly collected information at the same time that Steris and Scene are coming up to find you.
Also, I have to go in just a minute, but I have a question.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember Nagas having a way to communicate with each other. This is from probably years ago, so we making it up.
Well, do you remember? Possibly. I can believe that I said something like that.
I swear I remember a situation where some Naga was able to communicate.
Yeah, they all can cast sending.
Many of them do have sending in their spell list, yes.
Yeah, they can all have sending.
Yeah, never mind. My question was Is there some way to tap into that within Armis and use Armis to like send a message?
Maybe that's maybe that's how Turris retrains to gain sending. Maybe he asks the remnant of Harmona for a little favor. But as far as instantly casting sending, no. Not immediately available.
Okay.
Glacial Skewer sounds fun.
Steris will see Turris say that Anha's still working on his riddle.
Well, if it has anything with ravens or writing desks, I'm out.
Then we're good so far.
Oh, perfect.
I'll check in with him later. Was your time in the library fruitful?
I think so. Thanks to Turkon.
Oh.
I was
Okay.
able.
What are we working with?
I was able to find notes on a ritual that can locate a particular item just about anywhere. And while that isn't specifically good for people, Turkon helps recall that Vestitia, even in her Naga form, has a holy symbol that she wears around her neck.
Great.
So we simply use the ritual to find the necklace.
I should expand upon the ritual.
Mhm.
However you want to flavor it is fine with me mostly, but it is akin to what you've seen in a million TV shows of like you unfold a map, you're dangling like a crystal over the map, and that points you in the direction of the item you're looking for. And you have to kind of like run the crystal back and forth. So it's not like a instantly you know where someone is. It's like it's a ritual that takes time. You need the correct maps as part of the ritual. Like you need a map of a place where that item is. And that's kind of generally how it works. But that'll be encapsulated in like the time of the ritual.
Oh, well, I mean... I have the map. I already have the map.
Indeed. Which map? Which map do you pull out?
I pull out the exact map of the closest area of the region that we had that cone place in.
Are you...
You don't think while he was up there, he was drawing the cone on the map with all the coordinates that Crystal gave him?
Are you starting in Temel? Are you starting in Lanova?
We'll get to that when we get to the actual ritual. These guys need to tell us their part. So. But yeah, like probably closer to farther, maybe. Unless I misunderstood like the swath that was basically drawn.
Don't we have maps of like multiple? Like, can we fit the maps together so it's kind of like one big map for the sake of the ritual?
Yeah, you can like put them. You can stretch out multiple maps like across the table for sure.
Because we definitely have like a war room or something in this tower. We got it.
Yeah.
We have a table big enough.
At the very least, like we could like do the ritual on a big map and then narrow it down and use smaller maps as we go, right?
Yeah, that would be kind of the traditional way to do it. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's what we do. That's the prescient planner. Got a
All right.
good global map and then great regional maps after that.
LOL. You're like, yes, I make a map of the world that does not exist.
Well,
Crazy.
a continental map. Continental map.
Yeah.
And then regional maps.
a map of Aldhelm. You definitely have that available. All right. So, is that the next order of business? Do you guys try to?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If Torres asks us to report on what we did, I tell him the riddle's not ready.
Got it.
That we're gonna do this instead.
All right.
Just like the riddle's garbage. You won't like it.
You won't like it. You'll hate it. He's still working on it.
So, this is not an amazingly complicated ritual. It can technically be done by one person, but everyone who succeeds in contributing to the ritual will lower the DC.
Hit it.
Right.
All right.
Bye, Konnor.
While you are commuting, is there a way your occultist character would like to contribute to this ritual? He probably can't even hear me right now. But...
He can.
Oh, he can?
Yeah.
It's an occult ritual, so you would just do a skill check that you think would be helpful here. And if it's a success, then I add a success to the list. You could definitely roll occultism. I'm more we'll have you roll occultism. Think of a little description of like what you're doing to help out. If you're like setting a mood or holding and lighting some incense or what have you. And you definitely succeed. But get going and you can write that description when you have a moment.
Isha is she's going to the second room. It's been some time. She is seeing all these people sort of like rush back and forth, and when they all finally gather at the table, you all have the survival instincts of a lemming.
Well, you have the assistance
Just
of
collectively one though. You walk right into his trap.
Stairs will kind of deflate at that and like press a few fingers into her temple. Like, didn't even consider that.
Pierce actually squints and says, I don't think I haven't already thought of that. It doesn't matter.
I fear that you say that you are an academic and a thinker, but I don't think that's really quite true.
He's just gonna roll his eyes. Now is not the time, Isha.
I'm simply making you aware.
You didn't hear what I heard. I know this was almost certainly a trap, but I don't care. We need to save her.
And that means we all have to save her.
I'll go it alone if I have to.
Fair. As long as you're aware of the risks. He will not do anything to hurt her.
Hurt her?
Good bait is always living.
Do you believe that Vasisha's mind has been subjugated by the Seraph already?
No. As I said, I think that He knows that you will come after her. And because he wants you more than he wants her, then he will do everything he can to draw you to him.
Isn't the reason we're going to Eden is to deliver Taurus?
I
To
like all this
Denala.
delivering. I like all this delivering business of me that you're referring to.
I
Well,
warned you. Perhaps he knows of our intent. It would explain the timing. Pulling you there so he could claim you before Denala does.
Zala isn't claiming me either. I have an audience, of course. Do you know how I feel about the Fall?
Stairs will give like a sympathetic nod.
as long as you're aware that this is a trap. Because it is. It is one that is so plainly and painfully obvious.
Well, if we know it's a trap, then that negates their trap.
At least he doesn't have the element of surprise.
Right.
If at the very least we can confirm where she is, then we can come up with a more comprehensive plan on how to save her.
In 1 week, if you would give me the time, I could learn the spell no location and find her.
Stairs will look at Taurus, waiting
I
for
have-
his response.
I hardly know if we have 5 days, let alone a week. I'm confident we can at least get a pretty good approximation before then with this ritual I found.
All right, good luck.
You can always help if you'd like.
I'd rather not.
Sheriff will roll his eyes. He'll look to the others. And he'll say, like a daggers in his eyes. Not at anyone here, just thinking about the Seraph. He's like, when the Seraph spoke through the altar of Arcanus, got a special message at the end of it. It's what was so disorienting to me. The Seraph did say he would see me soon. I'm most sure that this is a trap, or he's got even further plans that we don't know of. Maybe he knows we're traveling to Eden, in fact. I don't know. But I know I need to do this.
And that's what matters. Let's do this.
Right. He'll nod at her and the others.
You have one success from Scene, who is just setting everyone's focus with some music. Not raising morale through performance, but kind of almost setting the correct frequency, the correct tone through occultism. So a little less musical than what he usually does. There's like a little bit of a drone as he plays the Halloween Town theme song. A little bit of
yeah, that's what that was.
a drone from the loot itself, from conceivably from Tuveshtav herself, to add to this.
Isn't that nice at Tuveshtav? This is like a general generic scrying crystal that we're using on this thing?
Good question. What object are you using as your focus to narrow down the location?
Okay. I was curious if that's how you were like wanting the flavor input from before. And so I'm glad you asked, because I'm definitely going to be using my Incordant Ring as the focus.
Ah, very nice. We'll go ahead and just add one more success from the creator and former resident of that ring.
Stars will assist with nature. Kind of, we're inside, but perhaps through open window, there's like a full calm breeze coming through, bringing with it like sense of the flora outside, kind of setting the tone, creating this like almost like bubble of pure, clean air, helping us to focus and be here in this moment.
More than that, it comes with the scent of freshly fallen pine needles, a little chill of an oncoming winter, the slightly thinner air of the mountains. And it instantly puts you to the forests around Tamliok. A place you have visited once, and then seen a second time as your sister traversed through when you scryed upon her. And you realize you no longer need the full riddle that Anha was going to deliver.
Yeah, Stairs will take like a deep inhale and then kind of gasp as she puts those pieces together. Tamliok. Let's see if we can't focus in on that area. She'll kind of point to it on the map.
Right. I'll get a more detailed map of the area. Throw it down on the middle of the table.
That's good. You collect a map of old Lanova and are able to start seeking on that map instead. Instantly, I don't know exactly. What would you say changes about the ring as you are moving your hand around? Or are you dangling the ring?
Oh, both are so good. I was thinking of dangling the ring because that seems more like kind of classic scrying or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think dangling. And I think that the serpent scales on the ring kind of like glow green from like the cracks and the crevices between the scales, as you know, it's finding its location every time.
Very cool. Yes, as you start to move that around the map, it starts to maybe unexpectedly, like, as it kind of starts to glow and breathe like that, it also starts to slowly kind of you register kind of a rattling sound, and you look at the ring itself up from the map, and you realize that the ring is like slowly spinning on the chain, like in a direction. Anyone else want to aid with anything here before we get the final check?
Yes, I'm wanting to aid with my religion.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
I was kind of set down as Becta Corbin and kneel around and pray.
Ah, yes. Asking. Praying to who, may I ask? Or what?
To Veskal.
That makes sense.
For clarity and focus upon this ritual.
Excellent. You sense that she does indeed want to help you find an aid. The guardians who she used to serve with so long ago. And it helps Turris kind of tune out the noise, look at the map with more clarity, ignore the little details that don't matter as much. Pierce this fog around this location that does not want to be found, that has been hidden for so long. Turris, go ahead and make your... Well, Isha was pretty down on this whole idea. Is Isha aiding in any way, or...
I left.
Left. Wonderful.
Nation gone.
So, go ahead and make your final check some hours later after combing over these maps.
Isha doesn't practice in folk. All right. Oh wait, I didn't hide that. My bad. Well, that's okay.
For
'cause I
this
want-
one,
Uh-huh.
totally fine if it's not hidden.
Okay. I think I still want to reroll it though. It's mythic proficiency. Oh, yeah, it's great because I rolled the same 4 on the die.
Well, the mythic
That's so
proficiency
cool.
is helping you out a lot.
Can't believe I rolled 2 4s. That's so cool.
All right. So, let's just pull you guys over here. So, looking at the map of Old Lanova, moving the ring around, it starts to spin faster and faster, the chain itself kind of almost getting hot from just the friction as you are holding it over the map. The rattling sound, kind of the only sound filling the room other than Scene's music as you get on toward the 12th hour of this ritual. And then suddenly it snaps from your hand, just yanking the chain that you were holding it on out of your hand and slams onto the map, onto the table, circling this mountain.
That's not far from Tamniak at all.
Remember that
Whatever
this
that
map
is.
is fucking enormous.
Oh, yeah.
Still only 100 miles, but
Is normal.
Well, we have a location.
We do indeed.
How's that for a week, huh?
It doesn't change that this is a trap. But
It doesn't change that we need to save her.
I agree.
You're right, though, that we need to prepare everything we can. Be ready for anything, even though we won't be ready for whatever the Seraph has cooked up, I'm sure.
Mm.
We'll compensate. We always do.
Mm-hmm. Well then, chart the course.
That metaphorically or literally?
Don't literally tell Crystal.
Huh?
What's our ETA? We're in the tower. I don't think Crystal can hear me here.
Guess go to Crystal. How do we know how the teleporting works again? We can teleport towards
towards ley lines that it has mapped out.
Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, I would go to Crystal and see what ley lines have been mapped out in this area.
Got it. He will tell you that the closest that has been mapped out are the mountains. Basically, it follows the line of these mountains. Follow? Oh, I'm on the drawing. I see. These mountains down here. So, like, it's mapped out this stuff.
Okay. All right.
And then he informs you from there. It's the closest. It would take a day to teleport, and then it would be a day and a half of travel.
Next, I'll ask him if he's come across any ley lines, like going over the ocean that, like, we can refer back to when we want to come back this way.
Yes. Basically, he would be able to teleport back to precisely just where you guys have reached. So, you'd be able to jump back to now about 2 days into open ocean, leaving 4 days left of travel.
Well, that's nice. I still feel like we should prepare some things before we put full effort into heading there. One, might want to. This is out of character. This is King Ruth's domain, right?
Yeah, correct. All of everything the colored map touches,
Yes.
and also everything up here.
Jeez Louise. What was even He's fantasy Putin. What the heck?
It's
Big
a
great
little,
white north.
you know.
That's just a lot of territory for him.
Sure is.
Mhm.
Wild.
But
Curious
yes,
about that lake up
informing
there, too.
Rurith would be prudent. Also, the last time I checked in on my sister Sig, this was the area she was in. I'll try peering again to see if I can get any further information. I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me if she's involved in this.
If she's there, then I'm apprehensive to change the Ox's course. Then perhaps we should find our own way to Lenova. Perhaps we should call upon our Rune Knight friend if we can. It's not too far away from the from where we last saw him. I don't quite remember. No, he's in Temel, right?
Yeah, Ogwyn is in Temel.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we like sent him out in the boonies to do something or if he's still like in the capital.
I don't.
No, we sent the asshole one out in the boonies to
Yeah.
fight to defend the farms or something.
Yes.
I can't remember his name.
And he also had some scientists that you guys sent
Oh, yes.
to the woods.
Yes.
Start studying the plants because we're still gonna attack the moon.
Yeah.
We have so many things on our to-do list. Okay. After being in that ritual for 12 hours, give me 10 more minutes to spy on my sister.
All right.
Twice a day. Second time.
Sig's
I'm
will-
assuming during this time I can lose the wounded and
Oh yes.
heal up completely. Yeah.
Everyone can. Yes, everyone can. We'll have you guys long rest before. Oh my. How you're runs in the family, I guess.
Hmm?
This was
No, it's because she wants me to spy on her so bad. She knows I'm trying to save her. She can feel my good intentions.
2 scries on your sisters, 2 nat ones. I cannot believe it.
Oh,
And I think
that's family bonds for you.
I think you've nat one on a scry.
I have.
Incredible.
Oh,
I have friends in the family.
okay.
Excellent.
Sorry, let me shake out the laughter. Okay.
Ooh.
So you get a not quite a tugging sensation this time, but the scry reaches back to a location that you've already been, and you see a second angle on the exact same room, and now you remember watching Visicia's eyes kind of drop, like she was falling back unconscious. And they, in fact, lingered on a point across the room. And now, thinking back on what you saw before, there were smaller shadowed figures across the room toward an entrance. And you remember seeing the back of this figure that you now see clearly as Sig. Two swords at her sides, shifting from like staring down this hallway leading into this room, shifting to sit instead, leaning against the wall on some kind of vigil, some kind of guard, keeping anyone from entering this room. And you technically have 10 minutes to watch if you like.
We'll watch. The whole thing, the entire time.
Let's see. Gets you audio, right? Gets you sound. I know we've done that before.
Yes. I believe so. Oh, it just says C in all directions.
Yeah, you love just giving them extra spells for free, though, so...
You're so nice. I'm not well versed in lip reading, but I can roll for that.
She's like, I don't get subtitles?
Where? I'll get subtitles.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check as she kind of shifts and then turns, and her mouth moves. Good lord. Good lord. What is going on?
Oh,
Incredible.
Instantly
I
you
have
see
subtitles.
you see the broad shoulders of an orc approach, great blackened horns kind of stretching above his head. I gotta figure out what the fuck they say to each other.
You didn't have to do that.
That's tough to come up with off the bat. He looks down at Sig, who like starts to stand up, and he kind of like waves her off. And you see him say, that it would be difficult for even the Naga to wrest back control now. Still, they cannot enter the sanctum. And you see Sig kind of nod. The orc continues and says, the Seraph will not rest on his laurels. Obtaining this nexus has only left him impatient to claim the other three. I am on to the next. And without Sig even saying a word, he steps past and starts walking down the hall away. And shortly after that, with Sig looking kind of more conflicted at Uro's leaving, the vision fades, with Sig kind of restlessly watching the hall, standing guard.
Terrace will kind of let her. She's like very actively holding the crystal as she's doing the clairvoyance spell, and she kind of lets it fall into her lap, or into the coils of her lap, and she'll turn to Turris and say, "Sig is definitely there. She's guarding the room that Visicia's in."
And that is where we'll take a quick break. Sneak one in for the last hour and a half. So I'll catch you guys back here in 5 minutes. Or so.
Alrighty.
am back.
Welcome back.
I am back.
I'm here.
I went upstairs and I immediately realized I have to add something to what you saw.
Oh, fun.
Sometimes unexpected opportunities arise.
By all means, keep adding things.
I really enjoyed the kind of winding problem solving this episode.
I'm having a great time. I feel like the meme with all the like threads pointing to different things, trying to figure out what we could possibly use. It's crazy.
I technically should have.
Exact one though.
I should have made someone take a day to learn the ritual. I forgot about that, but
we're just so powerful and so determined and so pure of heart that we just read the book and knew it.
yeah.
Larouk being a bloodhound was the craziest idea. I remembered we had the Google sheet with all the people in the tower, and I was like, wait, it says he can smell strong sources of magic. We'll keep that in our back pocket for later.
I think when I wrote that, I had something very much similar to this situation in mind. So,
oh, fantastic!
It's like around that time, I was coming up with this idea of like all the different shrines and stuff, and you guys were talking about ley lines a little bit, and I was like, I should give these guys some ways to find things. There was a lot of wandering and not a lot of it wasn't clear how to go from wandering to pinpointing things. So.
It would have been easier to pinpoint things if we knew what we were looking for.
Of course, yes.
But we went to like 8 different places and found nothing, and we were like, okay, well.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
As I was telling everyone else, I immediately have an addendum to make on that vision. So we'll return to that interaction with Steris in a moment. But as he was saying, on to the next, and as he is passing by, Steris, you just barely catch from like the corner of his mouth with that natural 20. You catch him saying, the Naga across the sea is feeling much more cooperative than this one. And then you come out of the vision, tell Turris that Sig is definitely there.
And what?
She's like standing guard, keeping watch outside the room. As far as I can tell, she's the only one there.
And here I thought... I thought they weren't working directly with the Seraph.
It seems perhaps that their version of sowing dissent through the land so people can come together involves playing both sides. I don't know. But Earl left. And if it's just Sig, I think we can take her. Maybe I can talk to her, do what I did with Scry.
I'd like to believe that's true, but I also can't believe that there aren't other defenses that they left there, if this is so important.
He's said something about the other Naga not being able to enter this place. I don't know the nature of why they're unable to enter, if it's just because my sister's that good of a fighter, or if there's other measures in place. But we're not the Naga.
Is there anything else?
He said that the Seraph was eager to collect the rest of the Nexuses, and that's where Earl was heading, to the next one. Something about a Naga across the sea being more cooperative.
Do we know which Naga that is in particular?
You've got two options.
We do got two options. I thought... Okay, so Orobara is the Naga of Scala. So they're probably in Rudel, would be my guess. I think that's where Isha interacted with them. So then it's this...
He gets to cheat because he can be anywhere he wants.
Oh, he cheats.
The Naga are all pretty good at getting around.
Okay.
The Naga sending, and now the Naga teleportation.
They're everywhere.
Well, Orobara cheats because he can travel through time.
That as well, yes.
Oh, mega cheating. Okay.
Yeah.
The others can kind of be anywhere they want. He can also be any when he wants, and potentially multiple anywheres at the same time.
Oh my. Let me see. I wrote in my notes that you're not stressed during the vision. So it's probably him.
I should say there's like a big kind of asterisk on the he can be any when he wants. That's not like literally true, but
Oh, I see. I took no other notes on the other Naga.
Lakita.
Lakita! Oh. Yeah, they're probably across the ocean. Shit. If only we could be any when we wanted.
Unfortunately, they both are. So that doesn't actually help us.
Great. It doesn't matter because we're not going there right now. We're going here.
Yep. That's exactly what the Seraph wants.
Also, do you feel particularly... Do you, Steris, feel particularly wronged by what Sig and Uro have done?
I mean, yes. They are actively harming, well, actively capturing, I don't know if she's hurt, my friend's mom. And they've taken a ley line nexus from us, which is dire for what we're trying to accomplish.
Very well. Writing it down.
Especially because, just like Tura said, my understanding was they weren't working directly with the Seraph. But now I have evidence that they are.
Someone's a fibber.
Let's see.
I do believe that when you asked him that question, I think you specifically worded it under the Seraph.
Oh, so I should have asked if they worked alongside him.
Well, I'm just saying, I do think that technically it's not a fib. That's all I'm saying.
I thought we had other information from somebody else regarding the Rot Mother and how she...
Yeah, I thought that, like, because the Great Rotten Mother is the one that, like, gave Uro his abilities. Like, that is his goddess?
Patron
Maybe?
or whatever.
Patron? And then the Great Rotten Mother's, like, magic is what brought my sisters back. But it's all void related.
Yes.
And the Great Rotten Mother is, like, trying to make playthings and scenarios for her son, the Seraph, to have his fun, because that's entertaining for her. And that is different than we are working with the Seraph, in my mind.
Correct. I think you know, question mark, that Uro... Maybe you don't?
Well, don't say anything. Stop talking.
Okay, all right.
Stop talking, please.
No. You go next. What?
Also, I tried to... It's tough to estimate right now, but I do think the red dot on the horizon far to the southeast of you fades, and you instead see a red dot far to the northeast now.
Excellent. Paris, you mentioned wanting to do things to prepare. Are you getting cold feet?
No, I'm merely trying to take in all the data that we've suddenly come across.
Well, it'll take us a day to even teleport there. We can hopefully get a message to Rurith in that time.
I almost wish that we could perhaps leave the ox on its path, but perhaps we can contact our good friend the Rune Knight and see if he can't bring us there. I'm worried that they might try to take the ox if we bring it there.
Right now we have a door to the tower and a door to Temple? Or is it just the tower and the arcs?
Tower, arcs, and then the... Oh. Yeah, you only have 2 doors available right now, right?
And
Tower arcs and
And Songhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is it? Augustine? No, not Augustine. Ogwyn. Ogwyn's in Songville, right?
Ogwyn's in Songhill, as far as I know.
Right.
He was supposed to come with us, but he no-showed.
I didn't know show. We didn't quite get there yet.
Well, now we're gonna force him.
That is an interesting point. If you only have 2 doors available right now, you would have to sacrifice one of the doors. Not right now, but later. If you like hoof it somewhere or teleport somewhere, then getting back to the tower is not trivial without sacrificing one of your 2 doors.
It is true.
And I know we had early on we had a stipulation that like if you teleported back to the tower with the door and then like left the tower, then you would become unattuned to your doors. I think with the ley lines now powering the tower, we can leave that behind. You can effectively use the doors as free fast travel. So you don't have to worry about stepping outside the tower walls and losing both doors.
All right, okay. Sorry, one of my our other roommate, apparently some punk kids just like threw rocks at his window and broke it.
Whoa! Whoa!
Wow. Those punk kids.
Which window is that one?
Your
Is
old
that my
window.
old room?
Now I'm wondering, like,
that window was already pretty shit before I left, so
it wasn't great. But Rye was making some food, and their alarm is going off now in the kitchen, so I might need to make sure their stuff isn't burning.
Got it.
But I'll be back in just a minute. But my one question to hold on is, how likely is it that there might be one of the Naga in Eden or something like that we could get a hold of? Okay, BRB.
Okay.
I mean, certainly that's the Naga they're talking about across the sea.
I need more depressing songs.
I can just start talking to
You're
him
like-
again.
Like we've been listening to that one a lot. We've been listening to the Shadow of the Wield a lot. I don't think we're quite in like this territory. That one's not even gonna play for me now. You know, it's we're not quite there.
Yeah. No. That one doesn't capture. Yeah. We don't. I don't know what song you have that really captures what's occurring right now, because my God.
The Dancing Lights one is okay. It's just I've been leaning on that one today. This one's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. This one's good. Well, seeing as I don't know how long Voraktee's going to be, and I think maybe hopefully he can still hear us. Steris had wanted to approach Isha one-on-one. I can
You can probably
try to do that now.
Yeah, you can break away. I'm sure we can find an excuse for Terrace going to research something or
Yeah, well,
Set.
Steris mentioned wanting to talk to Ogwyn,
yes.
so Steris can let him do that, and she'll go.
And also mentioned wanting to go talk to Crystal and telling Crystal to teleport. So
Right.
to charge up.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So, in my head, when I'm picturing this conversation, Steris knows that Isha tends to be out somewhere high with a good view when the sun is setting and rising, but I think it'd be nighttime. So that's where Steris would go to find her, but she'd very explicitly wait until the sun is down before actually approaching.
Welcome back.
Isha is not outside right now, actually. So
Oh, okay. So I have Steris spends a very long time trying to find her outside and then gives up. And then perhaps is asking around the tower. I would check your closet.
my closet.
That's what you called it. You said it was like a
No, I said storage room.
a storage room.
It's probably where the where the workshop is.
I would check
I've just taken over like the
your-
largest room in the subsection of the lower floor of like the main floor.
Okay, when I hear storage room, I think storage closet, but
Yeah,
guess-
well, you're not used to the idea of like having to store like 800 pounds worth of grain.
Right.
you're
yes.
so right. You're so right.
You're like, it's where I put my brooms.
It's where I put my brooms.
Yeah,
And
no, Isha has taken over a place to store food. Just like boxes and boxes and boxes of food.
I see. She's swimming amongst the grains. Okay, but is that where you are?
No.
Are you amenable to one of the tower denizens pointing Steris in the right direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she has to list off every location in the
Possible
tower.
place. And then you're
Before I
the
will
very
say,
you'll be the one.
yeah, exactly.
No, I'll find Anna in the process and be like, stop your meditating. I don't need it anymore. Thank you. The half-baked one was good enough. And I'll ask if he knows where Isha is. And he points me in a direction, and I go.
Yeah. He starts to say something cryptic, but he's so disappointed that you don't need the other riddle that he's like, oh, whatever, she's this way.
Yeah, I'm in the new floor.
That being the case, Delana is nowhere to be seen.
Makes sense. Okay. This Circe will enter and say, "This is the last place I expected to find you."
Isha has the portion of the room that reminded you of your temple.
Mm-hmm.
It has been essentially it's like a little misty, kind of like you're looking through like a sandstorm, but it is transformed.
In what way?
Basically there's like a big like it looks like you're looking into a cavern, and there's like a big golden pyramid inside of the cavern, and on top you can see Isha's like shadowed form, sort of like looking out and over.
Ooh.
Not only are we role playing, but Isha's role playing too.
Dude. Do I get the sense that it's this room?
It is the same place.
But do I get the sense that it's this room conjuring this image, or Isha herself?
Yes.
Great. Yours is not quick to interrupt. Instead, trying to peer through the sandstorm to take in the scene.
Yes.
I was coming to check on you.
Why would you do that?
Because I care. I felt like when we were here earlier, there was like a storm cloud rolled in over you, obscuring your light. It felt like something here impacted you in some way. And I don't know. Isha, I'm not trying to pry, but my sister, Setlo, she would always say that the most healing thing we could do for each other is to listen. And what I saw earlier felt out of character. So I don't know. If you wanted to talk about it, I'll listen.
I don't. You can see the further the image sort of like pulls her away a little bit. We know where the Seraph is going. We know that he wants us here. You should ask Taurus to reconsider one more time, knowing that he will not harm Visishia.
I can ask him, but I don't know that he'd be swayed. Perhaps we need to face this head on. if there's a way for us to take back this nexus.
I believe that we should try to secure the next ones, rather than trying to take back the one that is already lost.
And at that mention, Steris, you of course remember Uro saying basically that it would be difficult for the Naga to reclaim this nexus now that it's been taken.
Mm-hmm. Do you know which Naga would be across the sea?
Aurora, perhaps? Or Lakita, although he has been lost. Or perhaps he has buried himself.
I was scrying on my sister Sig. She's there with Vicitia, protecting the chamber that she's being held in.
Another delectable piece of bait.
Indeed. One I admittedly am finding hard to resist.
All the best bait is.
But when I was watching her, Earl mentioned the Naga across the sea is more cooperative than Vicitia was. It makes me worried that the next nexus will be even easier for them to claim.
I do believe that he is probably speaking of Aurora. He likely believes that he can outsmart the Seraph in some way.
Do you think he stands a chance?
No.
I think another element that's leading Turris to move towards saving Vicitia now is him trying to defy his fate. The one you've laid, well, the one you pointed out to him.
Then he can defy it.
But we need to be united in this. He can't go off there by himself.
He has you. Forgive me for being blunt. Or don't. But he wishes to save Vicitia because of some newfound sense of that as his mother. Despite Vicitia never really claiming to be such. If you wish, I can go speak with him again. But I will only present this argument one time. I'm not going to fight with him about whether or not it is right to save Vicitia from her fate.
And what do you see her fate as?
Her fate is to sit there and be bait for us all. And the sandstorm sort of like it dissipates, and Isha walks past Eris.
And as you're walking away, Stairs will turn after you and say, "You don't have to let the burdens of the past be carried alone. I will listen when you feel ready to share."
Isha just keeps walking.
And she'll follow after you. Looking at the place where that sandstorm was once more.
Yeah,
She's
it looks
leaving.
very similar. It just returns back to the memory it was before, like the temple.
Right. Turris.
Am
Yes.
I within when I get within 120 feet of Turris, I'm warning him that Isha's coming.
Oh, he can hear me. You just hear like these like talons. You hear like talons scraping on the floor as Isha's sort of like dragging her toes.
Yeah. I suppose Turris would be aware that Isha is traversing the halls. Turris, when you had to step away, we said that probably you were going to go tell Crystal to prepare to teleport. And Steris snuck away for that conversation with Isha. If that's agreeable for you.
Well, I did say that I was a little apprehensive to actually like bring the arcs there.
Oh
because
yes.
Knowing it's a trap, you know, it's one of those. They know that we know that they know, and you know.
Right. I know.
We have.
But do they actually know that we know that they know that we know?
Do they know that we know that they know?
So it doesn't have to be talking to Crystal specifically, but you split up to go.
I wanted to go check out the Arcanus altar or statue or whatever and see what broke.
That's right.
And evaluate it. I want to take it to the workshop and evaluate it. Well, maybe the workshop's not the right place. I don't know. Wherever it seemed like the best place to evaluate this piece of altar, and I want to see if the altar itself can still kind of like transmit whatever connection, if the altar itself still has a connection with Arcanus, or if it was this broken piece that came off.
Got you.
I'm a little worried that the Seraph can like use the altar / statue to do other nefarious things in the future. So.
You know that a couple of your party members are well versed in such things. Do you grab Turkon or Isha to help observe?
Probably Turkon.
Okay.
That would make most narrative sense in this instance.
Turkon, if you don't mind. Turris comes in and finds you and requests your help going over the shrine to Arcanus.
Very well.
Thank you. I want to make sure that he can't reach us with his influence here again.
So you guys enter the relatively small chamber. And it is, as you left it, there is the statue of Arcanus. There is the altar in front of it, with kind of an altar runner, a bit of cloth running over it. And then that bit of geometry, that like dodecahedron that is also cracked and has been like left on the altar there. So Turkan looking over it. Why don't you give me a religion check? You know, off the bat, that the bit of geometry that was like spinning, floating above the altar is some kind of holy focus, holy symbol.
The die was cocked on my side. I will reroll that.
All right.
Can I use Dungeon Unity to aid?
Yes.
Wow, fuck yeah, I guess.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and so Dungeon Unity gives that bonus to your aid check. How are you helping aid in this case?
I'll probably use. I guess I could do a religion check, but maybe I could do a crafting check on the piece that broke.
Yeah, definitely you could do crafting in this case, especially because Arcanus is kind of the patron of creation, of building, of crafting, of planning, that kind of thing.
That's good. Incredible. Oh, it's still 30.
Pretty good. Okay. So Turkan, you're looking around. Turris is kind of like pointing out how these various things were made, how much like care was gone into creating that thing that was floating. And like the altar and the designs on the altar. To answer Turris's question of like, would these things act as a conduit for the Seraph or for Arcanus? The bit that broke would, if not broken, be a conduit to Arcanus still. And perhaps the statue of Arcanus, since that is very specific. The altar itself, you think if the Seraph is trying to make himself out as some kind of like successor to Arcanus, you think that the altar could be a conduit to the Seraph instead now. But the other two items are specific enough to Arcanus himself that that they would serve as more of a conduit to Arcanus.
So do you want me to smash the whole thing, or?
Yeah, yeah, let's move the statue to Arcanus and just get rid of this part of it.
Gestures vaguely.
So it's like the statue is like on the altar, right? And then the altar itself is like what could be the new conduit?
Yeah, so like I think it's arranged so it's like the altar, the statue is against the wall, the altar is in front of the statue, and then that holy symbol was floating above the altar. And is now cracked and broken in half on the altar.
And does the altar itself have like specific like iconography, or is it just kind of like generic generalist enough that that's why it worked?
Yeah, it's more about the path of the midday sun, more about creation and divine geometry and all of these things, not as attached to Arcanus himself. If that makes sense.
Gotcha.
And that is why the altar could be dangerous here. That is why the altar could be used to untoward ends by the Seraph.
Yeah, and then Turris will point at that part and be like, take it out. Unmake this
One
altar.
for a big swing.
All right. No
Roll
problem.
an attack.
If you want to see how many whacks it takes, you are welcome to, but you have plenty of time to go to town on this.
I also have raising on my weapon.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. Helps here for sure.
Reasons.
But yes. Oh,
Right. It is definitely immune to the mental damage. But
who would have thought?
I don't quite remember what raising does, but
It just doubles the damage.
doubles the damage. Doubles the damage. In that case, with
Sorry,
hardest,
doubles the number of weapon damage dice.
doubles the number of weapon damage dice. Okay. We will call that then. Like, plus another 16. So you don't break it in one, but you leave a big Becta Corbin-sized crater in the top of it, and the altar runner like caves in as well and gets like torn down the middle, or torn through the middle. And as
I hope that you're not leaving all the fun just for you.
yeah, you guys hear the crack
You
of
wanna go at this?
stone as you are coming down the stairs from the garden.
Maybe, but I have a point to make. Anisha looks to Turris. You finally have a clear idea of where the Seraph intends to strike next. Visishia would want us to take that opportunity.
Oh, I hate that you said that. I hate that she's so pragmatic. Much like yourself.
You don't get to be this old without distance. Her eyes sort of narrow. We can contact Rurith. And we can have the knights, the remaining that he can give, secure Visishia. And I have no clue what Denala wishes to do with you. However, I do believe that it does have to do with the ley lines. She does not have a Naga right now. She needs someone to give that power to. If we turn back here, we lose precious time to secure whatever nonsense is occurring there. I know it sounds like we have to sacrifice nothing to save Patricia right now. But we don't actually have to save her. She's in no danger.
She's in no danger as long as the Seraph thinks that he can use her against us.
And how long will that be? I don't know.
don't-
And neither can you. However, Vicitia would want us to protect this realm over protecting her.
Care very little of what Denala would want of me, but how are we to know exactly where the other Naga is so the Ley Nexus is?
I know many things. I can tell you that, of all things, Aurora, if this is the one they are speaking to, he wishes for nothing more than for Scala to be free. That is what the Seraph has promised him. The other ley line nexuses, I don't know. However, if you were given control of one by Denala, that would mean we don't have to worry about that one anymore. And that would be the one that Steris' temple is over. And for some reason, I don't particularly understand why, but he's not able to access it or whatever, I'm not sure.
I'm not willing to make an arrangement that binds me to the form, no matter where we go.
You don't have to. I will happily take that on for you. I don't know what Denala wishes with you, though. I'm here to tell you that I just don't think it's particularly wise for us to trek backwards.
Well, if not, then we should make our way directly to the Nexus that you know of.
I'm unsure if Aurora resides above it or not. I do think that a better bargaining chip would be to find out where Scala is actually sealed away. And I think Denala has the answers to that. I'm sorry that it has to come at a terrible price. A horrific gamble.
I want Steris to scry into Justitia every day, and if things seem to go astray, we turn around immediately.
I can do that. I do worry for my sister if we're sending Rurit there. I suppose I'll have to trust that she can get herself out of that.
There are ways to warn her. She can just leave.
Perhaps I can ask Voraktee to start sending her some nightmares.
I do not. I wish that there was a more compassionate answer to this. However, taking 2 steps backwards to gain no traction at all seems foolish. I would even offer asking Caladrus to assist, but I don't believe that any other guardians can actually help your mother now.
It's very interesting that it's specified that the Naga won't be able to enter.
I wish I could say that we were all that different magically, but we're really not.
Can I roll an Arcana check on the runes I saw that were holding Vicitia?
Yeah.
See if I can glean anything. And perhaps I'll even, like, draw them. If I can recall them clear enough, or perhaps I'll draw them next time I scry on her. That way my party members can see it too.
You can kind of get a gist of them. You do not have a clear picture of them in your mind right now.
Yeah, okay.
You'd have to take another look next time you scry.
Mm-hmm.
You have wanted a foot to be ahead in this foot race this whole time, and now you finally are. And the Seraph sees that. He sees that he's also racing in a cloud to which he sees no end. We're all bumbling about, but we know where he's going, and we know what he intends to do.
And we'll have the element of surprise. Surely he expects that we're going to Vicitia's aid.
It's too obvious.
Turris, know that you're not taking this gamble alone. I'm with you.
Whichever way we go, I'll be here as well.
Thank you, Turgon. And Steris. we can continue towards Eden. Only for the fact that Nisha's right about one thing. It's regrettably what Vestitia would want of me. We need to try to make contact with Ouroboros. Ouroboros.
Aurobora.
Ouroboros!
Hoobastank.
Modern common accent Turris has.
Perhaps some manner of combination of a dear dream god friend and the dream council. We could get in contact with them.
I am almost certain that if you simply call his name 3 times when you're looking in a mirror, he will show up.
Well, clearly I can't call his name even once, so it's not going to be me.
Perhaps I can do it. Although maybe after my threatening of him last time, he might not be so willing.
Maybe we should let someone else try first.
No.
Just say 3 times.
It's okay. I can do it, Terrace.
Borealis!
I do wish that this goes as we all hope it does.
Yes.
Mostly because getting all the way to Eden, then teleporting back if something disastrous happens would be stupid.
Crystal assures me, at the very least, that as far as we chart, that's as far as we can get back when we have our teleportation enabled on the Axe.
Yes, it sounds a lot like we have to sacrifice nothing, doesn't it?
Well, time, but that is why I was so concerned about Vestitia in the first place.
Okay, well, I guess if I'm going to make an actual plea to Aurobora, I need to find where our dear friend has been locked away.
Scala?
Yes, unfortunately.
You said Denala would have that answer.
You said Denala might have that answer.
Correct.
Is there any way to find it ourselves with our present situation?
I don't know. It's better to... I don't know. Let me go and reflect.
Very well. I have some reading to do as well.
In the meantime, I will alert Rareth and I will consider your sister.
Yeah, Stairs will just kind of give you a nod. I'll see what methods I can come up with on my own to contact her.
Isha will leave.
There were a lot of spokes to this wagon wheel that we're rolling forward on. Anyone want to start with anything?
I feel like I yapped a lot this one. I'll let somebody else talk.
Well, this whole bit's about your mother.
I know.
We've both been equally yapping a lot.
I am gonna go to Crystal actually.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you step through the door into the crystal chamber.
Crystal,
Good evening.
is the Arcs able to track smaller perforations in the veil? And is it able to separate those from ceilings?
I am able to survey the sky that we are under. The horizon is the edge of my observational capabilities, as far as the veil is concerned.
But you wouldn't happen to have... Maybe this is something the Veil Spire would specialize in. I'm looking for someone. Isha pulls out of her pocket an hourglass.
Okay.
Can you track this?
Kind of considers for a moment. I can make a beacon of it of sorts and attempt to track it. It is not foolproof.
Until I have more information, this will have to do.
Very well. Shall I execute?
Please.
All right. The crystal kind of shines brightly for a moment, and then kind of the glass of the hourglass shines similarly brightly, and a little bit of this kind of bluish glow lingers on the sand in the hourglass until it fades and is no longer perceptible. I will not be able to follow this and detect it through the usual barriers to such things, interdimensional spaces, other planes, an embarrassingly small amount of lead.
Can you find me places that have a similar signature to this?
I believe that I can. It will take some time. Perhaps until the morning.
I am happy to wait.
Okay. And just so I know, you what in particular are you looking for?
I'm looking for areas where Scala's presence is has been particularly felt.
I see. Okay. Okay, I can do that.
And Isha is just like gonna continue to work with Crystal, and as he like brings up location, she's gonna be like, no, no.
Very well. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely like quite a few minutes between locations, and the first it's rapid at first because it's like the place where the Arcs was. A place over in the mountains east of Rudel. There's like 17 pings in short order in Rudel alone. And then slows down as you get beyond that. Some of the churches in Lanova.
Yeah, basically she's just trying to find a place that feels like out of the ordinary. Like obviously these places are churches, and ley line nexuses, or obvious places a god's power has been felt.
Yeah.
But she's looking for like a place that is unique in a sense, like something that breaks the pattern.
Yeah, there's a few of those for sure. One that stands out is the tallest mountain in the range, kind of east of Rudel, north of Temel. This guy right here. There's a whole... He says there's a whole, like, veil, a whole dimensional fold that feels very similar. Near the peak of that mountain. And I will compile a short list of other similar places that stand out.
Okay.
Let's see. Anyone else have anything that they wanted to do that night? Or can do that night?
Yes. Steris
I was
is going
breaking
to...
the thing that I was going to break.
You
Always forget.
turn back around,
Right.
raise the back to Corbin.
Yeah, all the talking stops. Turkon gets right to it. No, Steris is going to go talk to Mortan.
Okay.
And I think she'll... If she can't catch one, like on the tower grounds, she might venture a little bit. But she wants to offer Mortan a nice juicy rat or something.
Wonderful.
as a little offering.
Okay.
And she'll approach and kind of toss the morsel her way. I am hoping you can Help me. Scare my sister off.
Mortan shifts as you approach, kind of like sensing the intent to seek her out. Her nest on top of that guardhouse, the gatehouse. And shifts and starts to stand up, and then you toss this rat, this morsel, and she just like, with as little movement as possible, kind of like snaps her beak to intercept and catch it. And
Impressive.
crunches the bones just like a little bit while you start to speak. And then she says, "It would be poor form to refuse after such a treat."
Well, I'm hoping that'll smooth over any bumps. My sister's been touched by the void. Hopefully that's not too much of a barrier. But I want a nightmare to scare her away from the place she's guarding.
Martan kind of like looks kind of past you, nowhere in particular. Eyes kind of like narrow before going full and wide again. She says, almost snorts a little and says, "Ask the Orodyne child how much the void helped keep him safe from the nightmares."
There.
Your sister will get your message.
Thank you.
She dips her head.
Hopefully, come morning, I'll check on her and see its influence.
If she seems particularly perturbed, I would be amused if you would relay such descriptions.
Will do. Then perhaps we can craft something even better for her.
I would be excited.
I'll leave it to your expertise for now.
A collaboration is always welcome. And she will spread her wings, the underside looking like stars at dusk, and launches into the sky. To do her work.
Like Nightmare Santa Claus.
Yes, she goes to your house and she slips down your chimney. And she hits you over the head with the back.
Yep.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, Stairs will just watch her take off, letting some worry mar her face now that she's alone.
All right. Turis, do you have anything in particular that you would like to do before bed? After a particularly long day, as this is the same day that you traversed the floor of your tower, and also the day you spent 12 hours dowsing for Vesicia's location, so... Picture bags under the more mortal eyes among the party.
I think there's two things that Turris would want to do, because he probably couldn't even sleep right now if he wanted to anyhow. It probably would be one of the things where like he just wants to, as usual, like collect as much more information he can, and he goes back up to the garden floor and sees if he can replay some of the memories that they've been shown in the past, in the last while on the floor.
Definitely.
See, and then so he'll replay the meeting of the Naga. He's just gonna basically watch Oroboro.
Oroboro.
Oroboro. Good God.
Yeah.
Oroboro. He's just gonna watch Oroboro the entire time, kind of studying him, his mannerisms, how he reacts to the other Naga and the Lord Naga.
Yeah, the whole time he stands respectfully, kind of like almost stoic, but like this spark of curiosity. He seems less panicked. Panicked isn't even the right word. Less concerned than certainly Visicia and Pontresson about the arrival of the four. Yeah, you get a little bit more of the measure of him.
You know what the Naga specifically did before the four showed up?
After the four showed up, they continued doing what they were already doing, is kind of the vibe that you get.
But then they
So
were
they-
like granted gifts based on the god that they were serving, right?
Yes. Their magic in particular was expanded into like Visicia became a great wizard and gained a lot of power over the arcane. Pontresson gained a lot of primal magic, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, they were, from what you guys understand, they were in charge of and are in charge of maintaining like the cycles of the land in particular in the world. So like cycle of like erosion and water and seasons and life and death and like souls of the living, souls of the dead. They are and under it all responsible for the ley lines that like are the energy that feed all of that transformation and life that happens on the land. And like feed the land and the gods that live upon it. And so whatever other agreements happened with the four, the main thing is that they continued that stewardship of the cycles. And that tracks with like the religious texts of the four that like, you know, the way they tell it changes somewhat. It's that they were appointed by the four to maintain these cycles. But same deal.
Okay. I was just curious, like, one of the things first would postulate is the fact that he's like Oroboro, right? That's how you said Oroboro?
Yeah.
Okay. Like Turris would wonder if he's like so chill at the moment because he already has like some sort of like time power. But if that's the case where he like didn't have like the expanded magics into the domain that he kind of associated with, then I guess he would kind of wonder if Oroboro was already like approached by Scala before even this or something like that, so he kind of had an idea of what's going to happen or something.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check if you wanna get sense some motive for him in that particular meeting.
Let me double check and see if I have anything too. I don't think I have anything for sense motive.
It's just a perception check.
Yeah.
Kind of. But I have a lot of like social skills, so I just want
Right.
to see if I could like enhance my role. All right. So just perception check. You said secret.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't you take ears that hear the truth?
For my mythic.
I thought
Not
we
yet,
both had
no.
that one. No? Okay. Never mind.
There's a few spots that I need to fill out because I've been so analysis paralysis.
Right.
Oh, I see.
And now I have 2 spell slots for 1 to like 4 that I need to fill in 2 now.
Let's see. I think you are studying Arobara closely, and you do kind of get that feeling, like he is less surprised about the arrival of the 4, or you get the sense that he does kind of know what's happening, and that he is less worried about the future. And if he wasn't contacted before the 4 arrived, then it seems like he had information quickly after. Where are you standing in this dream while you are looking around?
I would probably not like give any regard to it, like you probably would give some regard to Vestitia and Contraton in terms of spacing, but largely he assumes this is mostly just like a simulation. So he's probably at times uncomfortably close to Aurora while he's kind of like studying him.
Standing
Got
inside of
it.
the projection.
Yeah.
Literally.
You
He's rewatched this
Wow.
multiple
You even simulated his insides.
This guy had a turkey sandwich for lunch.
Oh, that's why he's so calm. So you feel, and where's the Jade Fang? Where have you been? Where's that tucked away?
Oh man, oh boy, it's just on me.
Just on,
And
yeah,
we're
just like
safe.
on your belt.
Yeah.
Well, no one's grabbing it and stabbing you. I regret to inform. You feel it kind of like tug. You feel this tugging at your belt, and perhaps like look down at the Jade Fang. Realize that that is what is pulling, and it is pulling you in the direction that Fontrason stands in the dream. And when you look that direction, it is the just barely visible is the humanoid form of Fontrason, and she is looking right at you, and she mouths something. Go ahead and give me one more perception check.
Oh Lord. Okay, I'm gonna get a feat to read lips or something myself.
All right. You look over. You see her start to mouth something. It is. You swear you like barely hear her speaking, her whisper like getting across to you through this stream. She says, "Save him. He despairs. Save my brother." And that is where we will end it for the night, as that vision of the humanoid Fontrason fades. The Jade Fang just a little dimmer.
Mother.
thank you guys for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed all the deliberating. I did not.
Dude.
I thought there would be some. It's cool how it kind of built up over the course of the session. I enjoyed that.
Yes. Like the way the information was gathered bit by bit, and it made us recontextualize our arguments.
I gotta give props to Moto for Isha bringing in like Vesticia's like
Queen of
angle on
manipulation.
things.
It's so good. Like,
It's so good.
obviously, your first reaction would be, I gotta go help her, but you just watched a whole episode of TV about how seriously they all take this duty that's been assigned to them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why she got captured. So, yeah, cool.
It's also why Isha said what she said.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a perfect walk down from the impulsive thing, and I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Low key, I was kind of excited about being impulsive, but it's fine.
I was gonna like leave it open because I'm like, I'm like, you know, I was like, Isha's gonna talk to Turris, and I'm not like already going to decide how he's going to react one way or the other until the end of the conversation. So
Yeah.
I really wanted it to like, I wanted him to have an idea of where he wants to go, and then depending on the argument, like have it affect it or just be like, that's nonsense or something. But that's why I gotta give Moto credit. Came from a really good spot. Really, really good spot. Chris is like, dang it, you're right though.
It's because I'm an evil genius.
No, literally. It's gone to her head again. It's okay. It made her in a better mood, so I guess it all worked out.
Nothing fixes a mood like having a task.
Dude.
Yeah, for real. And it brings back in the themes of the last two episodes, just right back in. So,
right back.
Time to go save Uncle Ouroboros.
Is that? Do we think that's the brother Fontrasan's talking about? I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
Despairing. I don't know if he's despairing.
You might be despairing right now.
He might be despairing.
The real problem is we don't actually know because we don't actually know where Lakita is.
Mm.
Is Lakita male or female presenting?
It is he.
Yes.
Yeah. There's two boys and there's two men and two women.
Mm-hmm.
Not to. I've imposed that supersymmetry on just every quadrupling related to the four.
Now, hold on, I have a question.
Yes.
So are they all brother and sister?
Negative.
Okay, but
yeah,
this one is her brother.
I think technically you technically recently learned that, but I'm gonna let the characters discuss that before I give the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more complicated than that, I
Mhm.
believe.
I just want to make sure that Vesticia and Fontrasan aren't sister wives. Is all. That's all I want to make sure.
They can be sister wives. It's actually totally fine.
I mean, yeah, when everyone's popping out of Zeus's forehead or whatever, it gets a little weird, but
Yeah, it's a little not super biological. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But yeah, for most of them, it is the case that Afana and Calidris are like, well, for all of them, it is the case that Fontrasan and Calidris are their gods, not their mom and dad. But some of them are brother and sister despite that.
Oh boy.
But
Oh
not
boy.
all of them.
Oh boy. I need the flow chart.
We need to make this family tree right now.
Yeah. And it's gonna be so weird because they're snakes, so it's gonna be real slithery.
They're snakes and
It's
plants.
a little. It's you're joking, but we had to explain this so many times to Dallas that Dallas made a flowchart.
Oh my god.
We sat down and spent the last hour and then went over by another half an hour to make
literally explaining it.
Do we happen to have that
God.
flowchart
Unearth
handy?
it. Unearth it.
I'm afraid it would not help you here. It
wouldn't
was
help you
adjacent to
here.
this, not directly overlapping.
Yeah, it is just funny because you said make the flowchart. I was like, oh, Dallas.
I gotta.
It's that
Break
Dallas
it out.
legacy has to live on. We gotta make another flowchart.
that's more about Afana's family tree than the Naga, but yeah.
And the flowchart is being held under guard in a warehouse by top men.
It is being held there precisely, correct.
Indeed.
Alright, I gotta take off because I gotta get ready for work. You guys have a good rest of your day.
Alrighty.
Later.
Bye,
Catch you
Bill.
later.
Bye.
Are you still streaming, Bears?
I am for now. I'm gonna go end real quick, and then
Oh,
I'll be back.
okay.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out for Pathfinder. That was a very fun session. Let me see who's afoot and who's around besides. See if there's anyone we can raid. As per usual, Mr. Secret Lunchbox was on earlier, but I go a little later than him most Wednesdays. I need to make more weeknight friends these days. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little quiet. Right now. We're just gonna wrap it up. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. We are approaching a place where I may possibly continue to get some interviews that could potentially lead to having a job offer sent my direction. And in such a case, I would have my evenings available to stream again for all of the people I'm currently interviewing with right now. So hopefully that happens. And if it does, we'll be back with more music and jam prep and stuff again. As for this next week, I fear it will just be Pathfinder. We'll see if something else happens, if some freak accident happens, if they give me a morning shift or something. But barring that, I'll see you guys a week from now, and we'll get some more information about the Naga, I'm sure. Have a wonderful rest of your night, a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you all again real soon. Goodbye.